The next step in the delegation process is the actual delegation itself. This involves informing the assistant about the task to be delegated, reaching mutual agreement about the task to be performed, and transferring the authority to perform the task. Once you've determined that the task is appropriate for the assistive level, you must delegate the task to an individual who is capable of performing it safely. The effective delegator assigns tasks consistent with the individual's scope of practice.
Scope of practice is defined by the Nurse Practice Act in each state. Standards of nursing practice, such as those written by the American Nurses Association and other specialty nursing organizations, as well as the policies and job descriptions of the employing institution, also help to guide delegation decisions. The underlying premise of safe delegation is ensuring the competency of the assistant. Even if the task is written within the scope of the person's job description, the individual may not be competent to perform the task safely and accurately.
Many organizations require a competency checklist that assures that the individual's competency in specific areas has been validated. When in doubt, refer to the individual's competency checklist before delegating a task. You are only as strong as your assistant's weakest skill. When working with assistive personnel, it is important to remember their role. Assistant. That means they can contribute to the care provided, but the nurse can't just hand off a client to them. Thought needs to go into what parts of the client's care are appropriate for the assistant to perform and what must be reserved for the nurse. All registered nurses can delegate. However, whether or not LPN or LVNs can delegate varies from state to state. Assistive personnel cannot delegate.
Dana, I'm swamped. I've already cleaned Mr. Ringwald up twice, and here we go again. It looks like I'm going to be in this room all evening. I haven't even had a chance to check on Mrs. C. Could you do it for me?
Sure thing. How are you doing, Mrs. C?
Oh, I'm fine, dear, but can you help me to the bathroom?
Just a minute. Let me go get your nurse.
Oh, I can't wait. Please just give me a hand. I can't make it on my own.
Mrs. C, I'm only a volunteer. I'm not really supposed to do that. Let me go get your nurse. Just wait a minute. Ruth, Mrs. C has to go to the bathroom. Can you help her?
I'm in the middle of a mess right now. Can you take her?
I'm not supposed to.
Please, just this once. It'll be okay. Just stay next to her to steady her. She'll be fine. She doesn't need a lot of help.
Delegation is between the nurse and the assistant. It stops there. The assistant is not authorized to redelegate to someone else.
I really had to go to the bathroom. That nice little girl came to help me, but she told me not to get up without her. I waited, but she didn't come back. To tell you the truth, my bottom was getting numb. Well, I thought I could make it back to my bed on my own. And the last thing I remember, I was reaching for my walker,